Production presents The Nosebleed Section with Zach Roach and Adi Wale.
Welcome to the Nosebleed Section, sponsored by OpenMicProduction.net. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adi Wale.
Shout out to the #1 producer, Mr. Kevin Winston. We got a great show for you today. We talking Bears, we talking NFL review, and we got some predictions. And we have a very special guest, Mr. Terranc Cavin, who might actually have a compliment for the Chicago Bulls. But we got to begin with the Chicago Bears. They got big time victory, 17-3 over the Carolina Panthers. You can say that was an upset.
You called it?
I definitely called it. Thank you very much. What was your thoughts on that game?
Well, yeah, this Bears team reminds me of that early Lovie Smith team in 2005 when we had Kyle Orton as the quarterback, very conservative, and we had Briggs and Urlacher and Mike Brown and Peanut making plays for us, getting takeaways, and offense just don't mess it up. That's what this team reminds me of.
Absolutely. This team, I thought Lovie got his job back.
Right.
I mean, they're scoring on turnovers, they're getting touchdowns, and offense is non-existent. That's the Bears we used to love.
Right.
What impresses you about the Bears defense right now?
Well, everyone's getting involved. You know, you got Cheese Jones. He's coming there. He led the team in tackles last week. And you also have Floyd and McPhee and Hicks and Eddie Goldman. The secondary with Kyle Fuller and Eddie Jackson with 2 touchdowns. And you have Prince of Mukamura. Everybody's getting involved. Everybody's taking turns making big plays.
How about the play of Kyle Fuller, though, right now?
Yeah, Kyle Fuller, great tackle on Cam Newton when he tried to scramble away, and then he started talking smack to him. He's a tough son of a gun right there. You know, he's getting in your face.
Well, I think Vic Fangio woke Mr. Kyle Fuller up last year about complaining about his knee injury. I think that kind of sparked the fuel in him, and it looks like they're going to have to pay Kyle Fuller.
Yes.
Now, with the Bears defense playing so well right now, they're running the football at a good rate. I mean, 21 for 65, not that many yards, but effective running.
Right.
It always goes back to Mitch.
Right.
This is his rookie year, and this is what this season is really about. This season won't be a success or failure. It's all based on the development of Mitch Trubisky. What did you see from Mitch in this game?
Yeah, well, I was kind of disappointed. You know, I know he's a rookie and everything, but when he has to know that he's going to get blitzed. So when he goes back to pass, before you even snap the ball, find out the hot route, okay? All right, you know you're getting blitzed every time. You're a rookie. Everyone wants to confuse you. So just stop three-step drop, and throw it to the slant route, the hitch route. Get out your hands quickly. All right, so we need to see him. He needs to learn how to audible when he see all these guys at the line. Audible out of a run play. Stop making Jordan Howard run to a brick wall on first down and on second down, and then take a sack on third down. That was disheartening to see.
I agree with some of that, but we don't know if the coaches are letting him do the audibles, #1. #2, are our receivers good enough to get open on a one-on-one matchup and win the matchup so he give him a target?
Right.
You got to think about that as well. So I definitely want to see the playbook opened up a little bit more for him. I want to see some more passes. We got to start developing him because next year is really when this team is going to really step up to the forefront, I think.
Right.
So we've really got to get him developed.
Right.
And he's going to have to score. And he's definitely going to have to score in this next game against the New Orleans Saints at the Superdome. What are your thoughts about this game right now?
Well, yeah, I got some stats for you. The New Orleans Saints have the 4th-ranked offense in the NFL. They also have the least amount of turnovers per game. And the offense also has the least amount of time sacked per game, all right? Now, the Bears, on the flip side, they have the #7 ranked defense in the NFL, and Hicks has 6 sacks this season.
6.
And Pernell McPhee and Leonard Floyd each have 4 sacks. Now, we're going to need Eddie Jackson, player of the game, player of the week.
Absolutely.
2 defensive touchdowns last week.
Over 70 yards.
Right. And so that guy, we need him to build on that momentum, and because it's hard to sack Drew Brees, and he doesn't make mistakes, so our defense is going to have to be on point.
Absolutely. They're going to definitely have to get pressure on Drew Brees. No question about it. We need Pernell McPhee, Leonard Floyd, and Akeem Hicks to keep doing what they are doing. Make it life uncomfortable for Drew Brees, because once he gets on fire, he's unstoppable. He's going to the Hall of Fame, and he will exactly show why. Who do you got winning this game?
This game, well, the reason why I'm going with the Saints, 24-10, is because the Bears offense, it's that rugby style offense that's not going to keep working. The Bears defense allowed 0 touchdowns the last 2 games. 0 offensive touchdowns the last 2 games. And can they keep that up against the New Orleans Saints offense like that? I don't think so. The Bears offense need to open it up, let Mitch let it ride, and see what we can do, because they can't just keep playing that conservative football. I think you're going to win some games.
Absolutely. They definitely need to score some points in this game. But I do think the Bears defense will show up. I think they will make it very, very difficult for the New Orleans Saints. I think they will get some pressure on Drew Brees, but it's just not going to be enough offense, I think, to beat the Saints. I think it's going to be a very close game as long as the Bears don't turn the ball over.
Right.
I got the Bears, excuse me. I have the New Orleans Saints.
Okay.
17-14, but I think it's going to be a really good game. I wouldn't be a shocker if the Bears were to win that game.
Right.
A lot of games last week. Monster matchups. And we can't talk about a monster matchup without talking about the Super Bowl rematch, where on paper it was a monster rematch.
Right.
But in the game, it was a wipeout.
Yes.
The New England Patriots absolutely took it to the Atlanta Falcons. What happened with the Falcons?
Well, yeah, going into the game, I thought the Falcons could put up some points because the Patriots had the 32nd ranked defense in the NFL. So I'm like, hey, Julio Jones, they had Sanu back. So I'm thinking the Falcons are going to get their revenge.
Julio caught his first touchdown against the Patriots. What is going on down there?
Well, they lost Kyle Shanahan, all right? He left the team, the offensive coordinator. He went to the 49ers, so that's a big drop-off right there. And so they're really struggling. They only had one offensive explosion this season against the Green Bay Packers. That was week 2 at home. And so they was down 10-0 and at the end of the second quarter. They decided to go for it on 4th and 6. They didn't get it. Tom Brady went downfield. Right before halftime, put the Patriots up 17-0, and that was pretty much a wrap, and they didn't show up. And you can expect Tom Brady. You know he's going to put points up, but Atlanta offense, you guys supposed to be explosive. They put up numbers last year. They're non-existent this year.
I think they really have a Super Bowl hangover. I'm really starting to believe they have a Super Bowl hangover because even before the Patriots, they lost games where they had leads. I mean, they beat Detroit. Remember that game? Detroit pretty much almost came back on it.
Should have had their touchdown. Right.
You got to think about that.
And the Bears dropped a touchdown against them too.
Yeah, so they are very fortunate.
They can easily be 1-5 right now.
They are very fortunate to have the record. And Matt Ryan is not looking the same. And I think maybe Kyle Shanahan did not get enough credit for their success last year.
Right.
Thursday night football.
Yes.
Won a game.
Game of the week.
Yes, game of the week. We've seen some Thursday. I was really down on Thursday night football last year, but this year we have seen some good Thursday night games, and it was no different with the Chiefs and the Raiders. It looked like the Raiders were going to go down.
Right.
It looked like they was going to lose their 5th in a row and season was over.
Right.
But Derek Carr came through. What happened?
Yeah, Steve, the Raiders, they was down 30-24, 7 seconds to go in the game, and they are inches away from the end zone. And so Derek Carr goes back, he throws it to his boy, Michael Crabtree, caught the ball touchdown, but wait, offensive pass interference on Michael Crabtree. So they wipe that out. Now it's 3 seconds to go. He throws a touchdown pass to his tight end Cook. He drops the ball. No time on the clock. Game over, but no defensive holding on the Chiefs, right?
Yep.
So, but the game can't end on the defensive penalty. So 0 time on the clock. He goes back to throw it to Corey Patterson in the back of the end zone. Incomplete pass. Chiefs win, but no flag on the play.
Another flag.
But finally, what happened?
Michael Crabtree finally gets the catch, and they win the game
Right.
in a fashion. And I know the Chiefs were sick about that. I know they had to be really sick about that game right there. Because that was a game they had in their hands, and they pretty much blew it.
Right.
And that could be the start of we don't know how the season. That was a game changer for the Raiders.
Right.
That saved their season.
They needed that win.
Absolutely. The best team in the NFC is no doubt about right now. If you ask today, is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Right.
They played the Washington Redskins. Kirk Cousins had a good game. But man, I'm gonna tell you something.
Right.
that Wentz guy, he's the real deal. He's the truth. That dude is big, strong, and he is smart, and he is undisputed leader of the Philadelphia Eagles right now.
Yeah, and the Cleveland Browns management, they got to be kicking themselves every time they hear Carson Wentz's name, because in 2016 they had an opportunity to draft the guy with the number 2 pick, but they traded back with the Eagles, and now they've been haunted by this every time Carson Wentz plays.
Absolutely, he's been phenomenal. The receivers have stepped up for him.
Nelson Aguilar, he's really stepped up.
I think the presence of Alshon Jeffrey has really helped that team out a lot.
Hey, how did Carson Wentz get away from that sack when he was surrounded by the entire Washington Redskins defensive line Somehow he got out of there, got a first down. They was only up a touchdown at this point in the fourth quarter. That led to a touchdown to his guy, Nelson Aguilar, to put him up 14 points. And that pretty much was that sealed the deal right there.
What really impressed me about Wentz in that game is he got smacked one play, but then the very next play, he threw like a 60-yard bomb, touchdown, and I was like, this dude,
perfect pass.
This dude is amazing, and right now he is taking the league by storm. Right now, you got an NFL upset. What was your upset of the week?
Well, yeah, I called it. You called the Bears upset over.
I called the Bears. We already talked about that.
Yeah, and I called the upset, the Chargers over the Denver Broncos. All right, they beat. Now I didn't think they was going to beat them 21-0. The Broncos had three turnovers. They got sacked 5 times. They gave up a punt return to Benjamin.
They starting to get some really bad quarterback play out of Trevor Senior.
They are.
Now. They might have to consider Paxton Lynch now.
Paxton Lynch or Brock Osweiler is back there.
Brock?
He's back.
I forgot that.
Yeah. So, and, you know, they're a bad road team too. They haven't won a game on the road, and I just don't like the offense. I don't like Paxton Lynch and Brock Osweiler. I would go with Paxton Lynch. Who would you rather go to?
I'll probably stick with Trevor Senior right now. He had a couple bad games. I feel like for a quarterback to grow, you got to let him go through his ups and downs and see if he can come out of it.
They really stuck up the joint the last 2 games. And Joey Bosa, that guy's challenging Von Miller for the best edge rusher in the league.
The Chargers are coming. They're coming.
You're watching the nosebleed section. My suggestion is keep it watching. It's a good show. Trust me. Or not.
Welcome back to the Nosebleed section, sponsored by OpenMicProduction.net. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adi Wale.
Shout out to the #1 producer, Mr. Kevin Winston. We got our main man here, Mr. Terranc Cavin, to talk Bulls and other NBA talk. How you doing, Terrence?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Great. Doing good.
Doing all right.
Great.
I mean, I would be doing better, but we got to talk about the Chicago Bulls.
We gotta talk about them.
Now, we've seen the first 2 games. It's just 2 games. Very, very, very small sample size. But looking at the talent on this roster, could this be the worst Bulls team ever?
Absolutely. I mean, you got the undisputed heavy-handed Portis, you know, breaking jaws out there.
Wow.
You got Lauri Markkanen. I do like him.
Yeah.
He's putting up 15, 10 a game so far. Still early. I like the kid. You got the highest guarantee on the team, Cristiano Felicio, $32 million guaranteed.
Wow.
Backup center.
That's crazy. Wow.
So it's definitely the worst Bulls team.
Right. Now you said, is this the worst Bulls team ever? Now, the 73 Sixers went 9-73. Do you think the Bulls can break that record and be the worst team of all time?
I think so. I believe so. We don't have the talent to win that many games. I mean, it's...
Yeah, I'm just rooting for 10 games.
We have Horace Grant-Nephew on the team. There's a lot of nepotism going on.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, this guy's awful. He's god-awful.
So when will the Bulls get their first win?
Rucker Park.
Man.
Actually, they get their first win against Orlando Magic, I believe, on the 3rd, November 3rd. I believe they beat the Magic.
Oh, okay.
We got about a week.
Yeah, so we got about 0-6, 0-5.
Yeah, I'm saying we'll go 0-6, 0-5.
And then we gonna get there.
Yeah, we'll beat the Magic. I think we'll put it together.
So you already answered this, but so I guess the only person who has impressed you right now is the rookie. Explain why.
The guy, he can shoot. You know, his defense is looking pretty solid. I mean, he has a lot learning to do, and he's averaging 15, 10 rebounds a game. I'm pretty impressed. I think he's playing pretty good out there.
Well, now I got a question for you now. The Memphis Grizzlies, they beat the Houston Rockets. They also beat the Golden State Warriors. At this moment, they're undefeated. They're 3-0 early in the season. Do you think we slept on them? Do you think that they can be a contender come April?
I believe so. I mean, Memphis is always there. You know, they're always putting up numbers. You got Marc Gasol. He's having a heck of a season right now. MVP type season, you ask me. He's putting up 25 and 10 a game.
Wow.
This guy's playing phenomenal. Shooting lights out. 96% from the charity stripe. This guy's really balling. You got Conley, you got the bench, you got Enos. This guy coming off the bench, he's shooting 75% from the field.
They had a sneaky pickup too. They picked up Tyreek Evans.
Tyreek Evans coming off the bench. I mean, this guy's pretty polished. You know, you got Brooks. You got a lot of talent coming off that bench. Parsons coming off the bench. I mean, they got talent. They're going to be there in the end.
Very, very, very impressive wins to beat the Rockets and Golden State.
Right.
Let's take it back to the Eastern Conference. Kyrie Irving, a little mouthy right now. I don't know if he's a little frustrated. Gordon Hayward out for the season. You know what happened there. Is he already regretting his decision to leave in Cleveland?
I don't think so. I just think he's, you know, a little frustrated right now. He's used to winning. You know, he playing with LeBron. He won a lot of games. He's dominating the East. Right now, they're losing. You know, he has to lead that team. You got a lot of talent. You got Rozier. You got Tatum. You know, you got Jaylen Brown. You got the veteran Horford. Kyrie, this is what you asked for. You wanted to be the leader. You got to lead this team.
Absolutely. You know? That comes with the territory.
And he's yelling. I've seen these to the fans now. You know, it's like, hey.
It ain't even season barely started.
Right. Barely started. You know, relax. This is what you wanted, Uncle Drew. I mean,
He lost Gordon Hayward. That was huge, man.
That was big loss for him.
That was huge.
So
absolutely. Now I see some disturbing trends in the NBA that continue to keep going on. One of these players, this player right here, is super ultra talented. He's probably got the best. He may arguably have the best big man skills in the league. But his temper keeps getting in the way. Will DeMarcus Cousins ever be able to control his temper and be a really productive player that he should be?
Boogie Cousins.
Yes.
One of my favorite players. I just think, you know, he's just one of those players. He's very passionate. You know, he's very dominant at his position. He's a phenom. This guy's putting up 28 points a game, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. I mean, come on.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. He just got to learn how to channel his emotions. I don't think he will, because that's just who he is. That's the player he is. You know what you're getting when you bring Boogie Cousins in the fold. You know, he's a very dominant player. He's just a hothead. You know,
and that scares because he's been in the league now 7 years. I mean, it's a time. Don't get me wrong. That's one of the reasons that make him good. But I think he's got to. He seems like he loses control at the last moment, and you're playing against him. You're like,
absolutely.
You know he's gonna lose it soon, so just keep messing with him.
You know, he's a hothead. You got him and Green, those hotheads. You know.
Right. Well, okay. Now, to me, it seems like the Rookie of the Year race it's a two-man race between Ben Simmons and Lonzo Ball. Now, do you think there's someone else that can sneak into that race and make those guys sweat?
You gotta mention Lauri Markkanen. I hate to say it. You gotta mention him. You gotta mention De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox.
You gotta mention De'Aaron Fox. The season's still early. Now, don't get me wrong. Simmons he's balling right now. He's with, you know, Embiid putting up numbers. 11 rebounds, 17 points, 7 assists a game. Ball, almost a triple-double. 13, 9, and 9. Very impressive.
Yes.
These guys, most of these rookies are averaging 35 minutes a game. Lauri Markkanen, 15 and 10 a game. Now, De'Aaron Fox, he's only playing 27 minutes a game, and he's giving you 15, 5, and 5.
Wow.
So you add an extra 8 minutes to that.
Yeah.
No telling what he can do. He can do some damage, but I think it's open game for rookies.
They got George Hill. I didn't understand that signing in the offseason. Him leaving, he left Utah to go to the Kings, and then he draft Fox.
They wanted him to learn behind the veteran. That's why, you know, Fox comes off the bench right now. But he's balling. He's going to be the star.
I think Fox should be starting too. I feel like you draft a point guard that high, you put him in here and you let him go. But George Hill is a good player. Don't get me wrong.
He's a good solid player to learn from. So I think De'Aaron Fox is just sitting back waiting his turn learning from him. But he's balling.
Anything else in NBA caught your attention?
A lot of injuries, you know, but that's a part of the game, you know. What did Donald Trump say? That's what you signed up for, you know. But, you know, I mean, you know, it's a lot of injuries, but it happens. I'm actually waiting for Jabari Parker to come back because I think Greek the Freak is balling right now.
He's MVP right now.
He's definitely my MVP. But Marc Gasol's coming.
Absolutely.
With those numbers, and they got to win the record. So you got to mention Marc Gasol.
Well, we want to thank you once again for doing the show with us again today. Very good insight on the NBA.
No problem. Thank you guys.
No problem.
I'm looking forward to that karaoke.
You've been watching the Nosebleed section on OpenMicProduction.net. When we come back, we got our NFL previews. We'll be back.
Hey, I don't want no problems, and I'm sure you don't either. So what I think you should do is go to OpenMicProduction.net. They got the shop, they got team crew, they got the lunchroom, they got the nosebleed section, they got all kind of stuff going on. They got Just King and his funky music. Hey, bro, I don't know who's over there doing it, but they're doing it. Whatever it is, they're doing it.
Welcome back to the Nosebleed section, sponsored by OpenMicProduction.net. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adewale.
Shout out to the #1 producer, Mr. Kevin Winston. It's prediction time, NFL preview.
Right.
We got some big time games this week. And we're going to start off with an AFC West clash. The Broncos at the Chiefs. Both teams are coming off some losses right now.
Right.
What's your thoughts on this game?
Well, yeah, this is Monday Night Football. The Broncos, they come off back-to-back losses. They got whooped by the Giants. Then they got whooped by the Chargers. 2 upset losses. The Chiefs, they barely lost to the Raiders. They're on a 2-game losing streak. I'm taking the Chiefs at home. The Broncos are horrible on the road. Let me go with the Chiefs. I'm going to say 21-7.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I think the Chiefs will beat the Broncos. I think it's going to be close because the Broncos, they're going to come they got some real competitive players on their team, so they're going to come prepared and ready to play. But the Chiefs, I got the Chiefs at home. I think Alex Smith and them regain their stride, and I don't like the Broncos offense right now, so I'm going with the Chiefs 21-10.
Okay.
Kansas City Chiefs. Deshaun Watson, the rookie sensation.
Right.
He's going to see the Seattle Seahawks. He's going to visit the 12th man for the first time in his career. How do you think this is going to play out?
Well, yeah, Watson's coming off a bye. It's Houston Texans. They have a lot of injuries on defense. Watt is hurt. Merciless got hurt as well.
Yes.
And so they go into Seattle, hard place to play. That defense is going to be rocking. Deshaun Watson, he's going to throw a couple of picks, all right? But that Seahawks offensive line is like one of the worst in the league, so they got to keep it low scoring. But I'm going Seahawks 14-3.
This is a real tough one to call because like you say, the Seattle Seahawks offensive line is not working at the present moment right now. They have to do something with that. And some matchups I want to see though in this one. Richard Sherman against DeAndre Hopkins. I definitely want to see that one-on-one match. I want to see how that plays out because that's the key matchup. Can Hopkins make enough plays to help the rookie Deshaun Watson and they could beat Seattle? But I think Seattle's going to win. Seattle, even though they're not playing, they seem like they're not playing as good. They find ways to win games. They beat the Rams and now they come to play. I think I got the Seahawks winning this game 17-10.
Okay.
Seattle Seahawks. Oakland Raiders, we just talked about them.
Right.
Big time victory against the Chiefs. At the last minute, they got 4 chances. However many chances they got some chances to win. Buffalo, big win against Tampa Bay. They're 4-2 right now. Who do you like in this game?
Oh yeah, Buffalo Bills, one of the most underrated teams in the NFL right now. Oakland just stopped a 4-game losing streak with a win, barely beating the Chiefs. This is my upset special though. I got the Oakland Raiders over the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. I get the Raiders 31-20.
Absolutely. I think I agree with you on this. I think Oakland, that game, them beating the Chiefs, I think that game is going to launch them for the rest of the season. They got a couple things going that wasn't going for them. They got Amari Cooper going, who was not having a good season.
He just had 200 yards?
Yes, he got 200 yards. They got Crabtree going. And I feel like it's a fire under them now. And I think Derek Carr is going to get going.
No beast mode, though.
No beast mode, but they'll be okay. I think they will beat the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo, no disrespect to Buffalo, because they are playing some good football right now. But I like the Oakland Raiders 28-21.
Okay.
And my upset special is the Chargers will win 4 in a row. They will take down the Patriots this week. Yes, you heard it here. Y'all start listening to me because I'm good at this. the Chargers, I like the way they're playing right now. Even if you look at the first 3 games they lost, when they were right there in the games, they didn't win the games. Now they're starting to win these games. I think they're getting confident, and I like the Chargers in this game, 21-17. The Chargers over the Patriots.
All right, you the man for making that bold prediction.
For the rest of our picks, you guys can look right up here, and you can see the rest of our things. Whoever loses between us, and not to mention Kevin Winston is in it too.
Right.
Somebody's gonna have to sing something next week on the next show.
Oh man.
So get your voices ready because I'm gonna win.
Oh well, yeah. You picking the Chargers? You seem like you wanna sing or something.
And you've been watching the Nosebleed section on OpenMicProduction.net. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adewale.
Shout out to the #1 producer, Mr. Kevin Winston. We want to thank Mr. Terranc Cavin for another dope interview. And thanks for the kind words for the Bulls. Well, not so kind, but you know how it is. Next week, we got Valus Vito on the show to talk baseball in the World Series. Until then, we out.